Have you ever wondered how to properly hang Christmas lights outside? It's a question that crosses our minds as the festive season approaches. Hanging Christmas lights is a tradition that's as old as, well, Christmas lights. But doing it properly? That's a whole other story. You see, hanging Christmas lights is about more than just creating a festive atmosphere. It's about ensuring safety, maximizing the aesthetic appeal, and creating a heartwarming spectacle that brings joy to everyone who sees it. Incorrectly, hung lights can pose safety hazards, while well-hung lights can turn your home into a beacon of holiday cheer. So how do we strike that perfect balance? How do we ensure our lights are hung safely and effectively, creating a dazzling display that's sure to impress? Fear not, because we're here to help. In this video, we will guide you through an easy-to-follow process for hanging your Christmas lights. Let's bring that Christmas magic to life. Before you begin, make sure you have the right tools. Indeed, preparation is the key to success, and hanging Christmas lights outside is no exception. First on our list is, of course, the Christmas lights themselves. There are several types to choose from, depending on your preference and the style of your home. You could opt for miniature lights for a subtle glow, or larger bulb lights for a more traditional festive feel. LED lights are another great option, as they're energy efficient and long-lasting. Next, you'll need a sturdy and safe ladder. The height of the ladder will depend on how high you plan on hanging your lights. Remember, safety first. Ensure your ladder is stable and in good condition before you start climbing. Now let's talk about light clips. These little helpers are crucial for securing your lights to gutters, shingles, or roof lines. They're designed to hold the bulbs in place, preventing them from drooping or falling. Make sure you have enough clips for each bulb. You're also going to need extension cords, specifically ones rated for outdoor use. These cords are built to withstand the elements, ensuring your lights stay bright and beautiful all season long. The length and the number of the cords will depend on the size of your house and the number of lights you plan to hang. Finally, an outdoor timer is a handy tool to have. This device will automatically turn your lights on and off at specified times. Not only does this save you the hassle of manually switching your lights, but it also helps conserve energy. Gather these tools and materials before starting your project. It's always better to be over-prepared than under-prepared. Once you have your Christmas lights, a reliable ladder, enough light clips, the right extension cords, and an outdoor timer, you're all set. With these tools in hand, you're ready to begin. So let's move on to the fun part, planning your design. Planning is key when it comes to hanging Christmas lights. It's like a roadmap for your holiday light show, guiding you every step of the way. Let's start by talking about why planning your design is so crucial. Imagine you're embarking on a road trip. Without a map or GPS, you're bound to get lost, right? The same principle applies to hanging your Christmas lights. If you just start hanging without a plan, you might end up with an uneven light distribution. Or worse, run out of lights halfway through. The first step in planning your design is to check the area where you'll be hanging your lights. This helps you visualize your masterpiece. Walk around your house, look at your roof line, your windows, doors, and any other features you might want to highlight. Think about where your lights will be most visible and where they'll make the biggest impact. Next, it's time to measure. This is a crucial step. You don't want to be up on a ladder only to realize your lights are too short or too long. Measure the length of your roof line, around your windows and doors, along your driveway, or any other areas you're planning to decorate. This will give you a good idea of how many lights you'll need. Now let's talk about light patterns. There's no right or wrong way to do this. It's all about personal preference. You could go for a simple, classic look with lights tracing your roof line, or you could create a dazzling display with lights wrapped around trees, strung across your yard, or draped over bushes. Think about the overall effect you want to achieve. Do you want a warm, inviting glow, or a dramatic, show-stopping spectacle? Remember to take into account the type of lights you're using. Different lights create different effects. For example, twinkling lights can add a magical touch, while colored lights can create a festive mood. So, take your time, let your creativity flow, and sketch out your design. It might seem like a lot of work now, but it will save you time and headaches later on. A well-planned design will ensure a smooth installation process. And with that, you're one step closer to dazzling your neighbors with your extraordinary Christmas lights display. Now you're ready to prepare your Christmas lights. As you embark on this festive journey, the first thing you must do is inspect your lights. Yes, it's a bit tedious, but trust me, it's an essential step. You need to ensure that your lights are in good condition and safe to use. So, start by spreading out your lights on a flat surface. Be gentle as you do this to avoid causing any damage. Now, carefully examine each light bulb and wire. Look out for any broken or missing bulbs. If you find any, replace them immediately. Also, if you notice any exposed or frayed wires, it's best to discard that string of lights. Safety always comes first, remember? Once you've ensured that your lights are damage-free, it's time for the next step, untangling. This can be a bit of a puzzle, but hey, who doesn't love a good challenge, right? Start at one end and slowly work your way through the string. Be patient and don't pull too hard. You don't want to risk breaking any bulbs or wires. After your lights are all straightened out, you're ready to test them. It's always a good idea to do this before you start hanging them up. Imagine spending hours meticulously arranging your lights, only to find out that half of them aren't working. Not a fun scenario, right? So, plug in each string of lights and check that they all light up. If any bulbs aren't working, replace them. If an entire string doesn't light up, check the fuse. Most string lights have a spare fuse included for just such occasions. And there you have it. Your Christmas lights are now ready to shine and spread holiday cheer. Remember, this process might take some time and patience, but the end result is absolutely worth it. Picture your house glowing in the winter night, a beacon of warmth and festivity. Isn't that a sight to look forward to? Once your lights are prepared, you can start hanging them. And that, my friends, is the next exciting step in our Christmas light hanging journey. So stay tuned. It's time to hang your Christmas lights. Let's dive into the most exciting part, the very act of hanging the lights. You've gathered your tools, planned your design, prepared your lights, and now it's time to see your vision come to life. But before we get carried away with the excitement, let's remember the golden rule: safety first. Let's start with the ladder. Always ensure it's on a firm and level surface. If you're on uneven ground, use a ladder leveler to stabilize it. When climbing, always maintain 3 points of contact, either 2 hands and 1 foot or 2 feet and 1 hand. Never reach too far to the side or you risk tipping the ladder. Once you're up there, it's time to start hanging the lights. But wait, don't just start draping them over the branches or eaves. We're going to use light clips. These little gadgets are worth their weight in gold. They grip the bulbs, not the wires, keeping the lights secure and straight. Plus, they're easy to attach and remove, so you can change your design next year if you wish. There are a variety of light clips available, each suited to different types of surfaces and bulbs. Some clip onto gutters, some onto shingles, and some even onto bricks. So make sure you've got the right type for your home. Once your light clip is attached to the light bulb, you'll want to attach it to your house. This is where the ladder comes in again. Climb up, maintaining your 3 points of contact, and attach the clip to the surface. Remember to keep the strand taut, but not tight. We don't want any lights pulling free because they're under too much tension. When you've reached the end of a strand, it's time to connect the next one. But here's a tip. Connect the strands on the ground, not up on the ladder. It's much safer and easier. And there you go. You're hanging lights like a pro. But we're not quite done yet. Before you pack away the ladder, take a step back and look at your handiwork. Any bulbs not straight? Any gaps in the lighting? If so, now's the time to fix them. And one more thing. As you're admiring your work, check that all the bulbs are secure. Gently tug on the strands. If any bulbs come loose, reattach them. It's easy to get caught up in the magic of Christmas lights, but never forget the importance of safety. Keep your ladder stable, use light clips, and check your work. Remember, safety is paramount when hanging your Christmas lights. After hanging your lights, you need to connect them to power. So let's glide into the process. It's as easy as stringing popcorn on a thread, I promise. The first thing you'll need is a heavy-duty extension cord. This is not the time to use that lightweight cord you have lying around from your last indoor project. No, for this, you need something that can stand up to the elements, something that's rated for outdoor use. Plug your light strings into the extension cord. Remember, you want your Christmas light display to be a joy, not a fire hazard, so never connect more than 3 strands of lights together. Now you've got your lights plugged in, but you don't want to be out in the cold every night plugging and unplugging them. That's where an outdoor timer comes in handy. It's an automatic switch that turns your lights on and off at a set time. Just plug your extension cord into the timer, then plug the timer into your outdoor outlet. Set the timer for when you want your lights to come on and go off, and voila, you're done. But we're not quite finished yet. You see, while your lights are designed to withstand the cold, they're not exactly fond of water. So, to protect your connections from the elements, you need to take a few extra steps. First, elevate the connections off the ground to avoid any standing water. You can use a brick or a piece of wood, just something to keep them dry. Next, wrap your connections in plastic wrap, then cover them with a layer of electrical tape. This will keep out the rain and snow, ensuring your lights keep shining bright all season long. So there you have it, the process of connecting your Christmas lights to power. It's not rocket science, but it's an important step in creating a safe and beautiful holiday display. Now your Christmas lights are ready to shine. Before we conclude, here are some final tips. Maintaining your Christmas lights is a task that requires attention throughout the festive season. Even after you've hung them up, the job isn't quite finished. To ensure they continue to twinkle brightly, carry out regular checks. This involves scanning the lights for any signs of damage or wear and tear, keep an eye out for any broken or missing bulbs, and replace them promptly to prevent any potential electrical issues. Most light sets come with a few spare bulbs, so it's a good idea to keep these handy. Let's not forget about safety. It's vital to keep the lights away from flammable materials. Despite the cold winter weather, lights can heat up, and if they're too close to something that could easily catch fire, it could lead to disastrous consequences. Always ensure your lights are at a safe distance from curtains, furniture, and other combustible items. When it comes to replacing bulbs, always remember to first unplug the lights. It's a simple step, but one that can often be overlooked in the hustle and bustle of the holiday season. Once the lights are unplugged, gently remove the faulty bulb from its socket and replace it with a new one. Make sure the replacement bulb has the same voltage and wattage as the original to avoid any electrical issues. As the season winds down and it's time to take down the decorations, storing your Christmas lights properly can save you a lot of hassle when the next holiday season rolls around. Instead of haphazardly tossing them into a box, take a few extra minutes to wind them around a piece of cardboard or a special light storage reel. This will keep them untangled and ready for easy installation next year. While winding, it's a good opportunity to give your lights a final check. Look for any bulbs that might have burned out during the season or any damage that might have occurred. This way, you can replace any necessary parts before storing them away, making your job that much easier when it's time to hang them up again. Remember, Christmas lights are not just for aesthetics. They're also a symbol of warmth, joy, and the spirit of giving. So, it's important to take care of them, not just for the sake of their appearance, but also for the safety and comfort of your home. And there we have it. You're now equipped with all the knowledge you need to hang and maintain your outdoor Christmas lights. Whether you're aiming for a simple twinkling outline of your home or a dazzling display that can be seen from space, the most important thing is that you enjoy the process and the result. With these steps, you can light up your home with Christmas cheer safely and beautifully. Happy holidays,